I logged into my Envato Elements dashboard, item performance. I had a look at the most popular items I sold in the last day. I can see that in the last 24 hours, literally in the last day, I sold quite a few of these liquid background. I always put the word liquid or water or fluid in the title. These are 5 liquid backgrounds. And if I search fluid, so 3 fluid backgrounds. So in total, in the last 24 hours, I sold 8 of these. Making liquid droplets in After Effects is actually very easy. All you have to do is open your After Effects software and import any video that you've made previously. For example, I'm going to import this video. I've made it previously. To make water droplets from this, I go to Effects and Presets and type Mercury. Drop it to this layer. And straight away you have liquid droplets. All you have to do now is play with these settings, like increase the radius, which direction you want to turn, for example, or like velocity, how fast you want it to move. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but you get the idea. So you have proper liquid droplets now. And don't forget that you can add keyframes. For example, in the beginning of the video, the radius X can be really small, and then it can increase towards the end of the video. And if you want to make a video similar to this one, it's also very simple to do. So again, we are in After Effects. Go to Effects and Presets, PC, Flow, drag it to the layer. And in the settings, you can see that there is not 1 and not 2. And you just change the amounts of these nodes, and you can produce some really astonishing results. And it's up to you to experiment what you like. Again, you can use the keyframes, like go to the first frame of your video, and the amount of the second node can be 0. And when you go to the last frame of the video, it can be like more 500. So when you play your video, the result can be pretty nice. But like I mentioned, you need to have existing video that you've made before, and then apply these effects on that video. So to make an abstract video in After Effects, a very good way to start is to use fractal noise. For example, I made this video using fractal noise. And by the way, each time you make an abstract video in After Effects, it will turn out to be different. I can never create the same video again. But to create something similar, so we can go to Composition, New Composition, then Layer, New, Solid, and then in the settings, we type Fractal Noise. Drag it to our layer, change the settings. For example, select Terrain, that fractal type, keep it as soft linear, invert it to make it look more like clouds. Then maybe change the contrast slightly, reduce it. At the moment, the clouds seem to be very small. So we go to Transform and change the scale, maybe to about 500. Okay, maybe reduce the brightness slightly, -5, -4. At the moment, the clouds don't move. So we go to the first frame and set a keyframe for offset turbulence. And when we get to the last frame, we increase the turbulence. Pretty much we move the clouds to where we want them to move, a bit up, a bit to the right. Now when we play, there is a movement. There is another setting here, evolution. So when you go to the first keyframe and you set evolution to 0, and then when you go to last keyframe, the evolution can you see it makes move kind of organically to any number, 250, anything. You just experiment for yourself. I go to the effects and presets and I type tritone and drag it to the layer, and I make them, let's say, blue. I feel like these clouds are too dense, subsetting maybe 50 and 50. Let's add the orange color. Copy this layer, change the color to orange or any color that you like. Set the layer to screen, and then go to layer, transform, flip horizontal. What we can do now is select all these 3 layers, right click, and then pre-compose. Move all attributes into the new composition. Now our whole composition is on one layer, and it's very easy to work forward. Copy this layer, so we've got 2 layers now. Grab a pen tool, draw a triangle, the layer mask, press F to increase the feather, and then apply screen and layer transform, flip vertical. And if we double click on these pre-composed compositions, we can always go back to our original composition with the fractal noise and change settings there. So this is our abstract background, and there are a lot of things that you can do using the fractal noise. It's a very versatile effect. If you, for example, change it to the block here, you get something completely different. You get like blocks, abstract video that we can apply to create droplets and liquid. To make this video, again, I used fractal noise. If you try to create abstract videos using fractal noise, you will be amazed how many variations you can come up with. This is a pure fractal noise. I think the fractal type was swirly. Today is a different day. My top licensed items for the last day, and they are completely different now. Every time they're different. So top 25 items. There's a lot of items aura. Any videos that are abstract, blurry, I just call them aura, and I put keywords like aura, light, fog, smoke in them. This one is a little bit more energy lights, but still it's like an aura lights. And this one as well. That circular, and this one. So these are, I sold a lot of them, these abstract aura backgrounds. Also, I sold quite a few glitter background, like 5. Not as many as aura, but still, it's very simple to do in After Effects. This one. And that one, it's falling particles. Shiny spheres. And these as well. In the last day, the top sold item was this statistical It's actually a keyword. This graph up is a very popular keyword that Envato Elements customers are searching for. And that's why I made this animated video. Yeah, it's just a line. And can you recognize the effect that I used? I used Saber that I already talked about. And in the background, I used like another video that I made previously in Cinema 4D to give it a three-dimensional look. So there are literally two videos here combined, one with a Saber line, which you can make in like 2 minutes. And another one is a, yeah, like I said, different background video. So this was the most popular item that I sold in the last day. The next popular was the map of India, which is India map is a very popular searchable keyword in Envato Elements. I made it in Cinema 4D. Trends and insight. And then again, search stock video. So you can see question mark is the most searchable keyword, and the Indian map is the second one. At the position of 60 is Indian map keyword, and then second position is India map. So just be careful how you keyword your items. So India map, I used India map in the title, and then obviously there will be keywords here as well. So India map and India flag. So just take a look which items sell and what kind of keywords they have. This India flag in the most popular searches. There's a lot of things over here going on. This digital electric video was also one of my best licensed videos in the last 24 hours, and I made it in Cinema 4D. I will try and show you how to make these aura type blurry videos, maybe with concentric elements. Like I said earlier, every time I make abstract videos, they come out differently. Let's see what we can come up with today. New composition. I leave the resolution as quarter to make it render a bit faster. We can create a gradient. Just go to Layer, New, Solid. In the Effect and Presets ramp, you've got this gradient ramp. Drag it to this solid. You can see the start color. Maybe we can select blue. And the end color maybe pink or anything you like. Next, we can apply a radial blur. It's the second one. You can try the other one too. Change the amount to maybe 100. Type zoom. In the effects and presets, twirl. Drag it to our layer. Go to the first frame and set the angle to 0. And go to the last frame and change the angle to 5, let's say. You select the layer, press U on a keyboard. You can see your keyframes. I actually wanted to go back to 0 at the end. So what we can do is move this last keyframe somewhere in the middle. It doesn't matter where. And the last, move the cursor to the last position, to the last frame, and put it back to 0 here. Our video, we've got some ripple effects, I suppose, and then it's gone back to 0. We can now copy this layer, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, and set it to screen. Copy it again, and maybe set it to multiply, and change the colors a bit. And then we can go to Layer, Transform, Flip Horizontal, and flip vertical. Let's change it back to the overlay blending mode. Click U on each of the layer. It opens up the layers. You can just change this keyframes position slightly to make it more randomized. If you select the top layer, press S on keyboard, scale type, for example, 150. So the top layer is slightly larger. You can always go and change the colors on any of the layers. For example, I just added dark blue on the middle layer, and I think it looks better. There is more definition. Now we've got 3 layers. We can pre-compose them. Select all 3 layers. Right-click, pre-compose. Move all attributes into the new composition. OK. So now we've got 1 layer. We can copy it, apply overlay again. Layer, transform, flip horizontal. So now we flipped it vertical. And maybe the top layer again, make it a little bit larger. So we've got like a lot of layers of concentric ripples. Again, we can apply gradient ramp to the top layer and maybe bring out some of that green, bring back some of that green, and maybe add yellow. Also, we can reverse. If you click on the top layer, right click on it, time, and time reverse layer, it will play the top layer backwards. We can introduce some red or any other color. I think it looks pretty nice. But you get the idea that you can make all sorts of abstract videos. And if you click on pre-comp, you go back to the original composition. And instead of the white solid, you can actually add existing video. So the way you do it is you import, you double click on this area, you import your existing video, any of your existing videos. It could be even a footage. The existing video that I imported is 30 seconds long. You can just enlarge the composition to 30 seconds. And copy the layer, Ctrl+C, twice. And now we can add the same effects. Angle, in the beginning it would be 0. Somewhere in the middle, maybe 3. And at the end, 0 again. And this layer, apply twirl to it again. The middle, it will be -5. And then at the end, back to 0. And this top layer, the blending mode maybe set to screen. So it looks pretty cool. Time reverse layer. So it plays backwards to make it more randomized look. And flip horizontal, transform, flip vertical as well. You can even add radial blur and apply it to each of the layers. So it becomes a little bit more blurry. Copy it to each of the other layers, this radial blur. So it becomes slightly blurrier and aura-like. And obviously you can change the amounts. Maybe the top one doesn't need radial blur, and the two bottom ones will have. And now it looks like a really nice aura concentric, I would say tunnel, even it looks like a tunnel. Don't forget, you can change between zoom and spin on any of your layers to make it a more randomized look. It actually looks different. So we were working in quarter to make it render faster, but now we can change it to full. Yeah, so this is a high quality full sort of preview that you can send to media encoder to render. That will be it for today. The video is getting a bit long, but I will make more similar videos. I hope it was helpful. And as always, I'm wishing you all the best.